This cultural and athletic complex includes a stadium, an indoor arena, an Olympic-sized swimming pool, and commercial areas. Its partially open roof integrates advanced lighting and sound systems. By night, the entire venue comes alive with LED displays, turning into a striking visual spectacle. Tokito Power Station. The largest coal-fired power plant on the planet. It generates massive amounts of electricity to supply several of China's most populous and developed regions, including Beijing and Tianjin. With 12 generating units producing 6.7 gigawatts of electricity, it ensures reliable output for millions. Located near coal mines, it benefits from a steady fuel supply while reducing transportation costs. Shanghai Maglev. A pioneer in high-speed magnetic levitation technology, this train glides without physical contact with a track, minimizing noise and wear. It connects Pudong Airport to Longgang Road Station in just 7 minutes, reaching speeds of 431 kilometers, or nearly 268 miles per hour. The system was developed with experimental technologies and demanded a massive investment in infrastructure and technical expertise. Fuzhou-Xiamen Railway Line. This high-speed line connects the coastal cities of Fuzhou and Xiamen as per China's ambitious plan to expand its bullet train network. It crosses challenging terrain over seas, through mountains, tunnels, and bridges, and is built to withstand typhoons, salty humidity, and extreme climates. Expected to carry 15 million passengers annually, it will ease highway congestion and reduce the need for short-haul flights. Sanya International Duty-Free Complex. The world's largest duty-free shopping mall, located in Sanya, a coastal city on the tropical island of Hainan. Its design takes inspiration from open seashells, as if offering a gift to the ocean. Here, visitors can purchase international goods tax-free, even while remaining inside Chinese territory. The Xifeng Tower. A striking skyscraper in Nanjing, standing 450 meters, or 1,476.38 feet tall, with 89 floors. Its three-section vertical design enhances natural lighting and provides sweeping views from multiple angles. Ping An Finance Center. At 599 meters, or 1,965 feet with 115 stories, this is the second tallest building in China. Its slender needle-like form, clad in stainless steel, gives the impression of a spire piercing the sky. By night, its entire exterior transforms into a massive LED screen, displaying animations and light shows. Chongqing Grand Theater. A multifunctional cultural hub housing an opera hall, a theater, and exhibition spaces. Its geometric form of overlapping glass and steel blocks in green tones was inspired by Chongqing's mountainous landscape. Harbin Opera House. Dedicated to opera and live music, the building is wrapped in white aluminum panels that emphasize its contemporary design. The architecture draws inspiration from the snowy, wind-swept scenery of northern China, resembling a frozen dune or a wave carved by the wind. Jiangsu Grand Theater. An architectural landmark in Nanjing that blends futuristic forms, cultural symbolism, and practical design for the performing arts. Each hall is shaped like a petal, and together they form a monumental flower, seemingly unfolding toward the sky. Yunnan Grand Theater. A cultural and architectural gem of southwest China located in Kunming. From its circular base rise geometric lotus-like forms that crown the structure. The Venetian Macau. One of the largest casinos in the world, situated in Macau and modeled after the city of Venice. It features indoor canals with gondolas, Renaissance-inspired architecture, and replicas of Venetian landmarks. Built on reclaimed land, it relies on deep foundations and stabilization systems to ensure its strength and durability. With awe at such ingenuity and admiration for these once-in-a-lifetime creations, we bid farewell to China's engineering marvels. Until next time, China.
Blue Star? Fast cooling 5-star ACs with voice command technology. Blue Star गर्मी की छुट्टी. अरे फेस तो आप हो गए. In China, there are mountains that are not only strange and dangerous, what astonishes the world is the way humans choose to reach them. Stone steps cling to vertical cliffs. Hanging walkways run along the edge of deep abysses. Narrow bridges stretch between mist and open air. In some places, temples are built on rocky peaks, almost separated from the ground. In others, only a thin layer of glass stands between the human body and the void below. Rising between clouds and deep ravines, these mountains reveal a China defined by courage. where human will confronts harsh terrain and extreme weather. Welcome to China, where the most dangerous mountains become the boundary between bravery and the abyss. Imagine walking along the spine of a giant stone dragon sleeping among the dangerous mountains of Gao Yiling. This place is famous for its barren Daxia landscape, where red rock ridges were eroded into narrow cliffs with almost no safety barriers at all. The mountain path is so narrow that a single moment of distraction, a sudden gust of wind, or one slip on the smooth rock surface could send someone falling toward the deep lake below. Powerful winds constantly sweep across the exposed peaks, making the journey even more intense. The strange and dangerous shape of Gao Yiling gave rise to many local legends about dragons and immortal beings appearing in this area. Today, Gao Yiling is not only a famous tourist destination, but also one of the most daring mountain routes in China. If you think temples on mountain peaks are already the limit, Mount Mian will show you something even more insane. Here, the temples are not built on the summit, but carved deep into cliff recesses, hanging halfway in the sky like giant swallow nests. The journey through Mian Mountain is a direct confrontation with the fear of heights, as narrow wooden plank paths, barely wide enough for one person, cling to vertical cliffs more than 2,000 meters high. Every step brings you closer to endless, empty space, where a single look downward is enough to make even the bravest people dizzy. The strangest detail is the bells suspended in midair by iron chains, making people wonder how the ancients lifted them up there. This mountain, Zhaoxin, also attracted young people worldwide after becoming an eerie source of inspiration for black myth, Wukong, with gamers comparing it to a real-life 9-level demon tower. Have you ever stood on a mountain where the ground below is not earth, but an ocean of clouds? Welcome to Huangshan. This mountain range has 72 granite peaks rising through the clouds, with Lotus Peak reaching 1,864 meters as the highest point. The mountain environment is so harsh that 1,000-year-old pines do not grow from soft soil, but root into cracks in dry granite to survive. To reach these summits, visitors must climb more than 60,000 stone steps carved directly into the mountain slopes. At Tiandu Peak, the Carp's back path is so narrow that many people have to lower their bodies and grip the iron chains against the mountain winds. Right beside the cliff edge, couples still attach locks and throw the keys into the sea of clouds as a love ritual. If you were given a free ticket, would you dare climb these 60,000 steps? Comment ready if you grab them. If there is any place on earth where humans must risk all of their courage to reach the gates of heaven, it is Mount Fanjing in Guizhou province. Rising above a sea of clouds, the red cloud's golden summit looks like a gigantic stone pillar split into two high in the sky. To reach the summit, visitors must cling to iron chains and climb thousands of steep stone steps between a vertical cliff and a bottomless abyss. The most intense moment comes at an altitude of about 2,300 meters, where a narrow stone bridge connects the two peaks above roaring mountain winds and empty space. What astonishes many people even more is how ancient builders transported heavy materials onto this dangerous cliff to construct two temples that still stand today. Despite the terrifying journey, millions of visitors still travel to Mount Fanjing every year to pray for peace above the clouds. Leaving modern glass doorways behind, we got Mount Here with the spiritual heart of Taoism, where mist covers ancient palaces at a height of more than 1,600 meters. More than 600 years ago, Taoist structures weighing hundreds of tons were built to turn this place into an extraordinary architectural culture. And my God, it's stunning. Being public the metal temple roofs can attract lightning and create a powerful scene of electric stars in the mountain peak. The most dangerous point is long curtain, a stone gradually spinning over a deep abyss where many people walk all the way to the cloud from ground peace and Across the wind there are unexpected of crumbling resonance to turn this liquid into a direct confirmation with the lunar node. The early morning light where space captures slow, partial movements in mist-filled paradise, making it without mountain look like a real untold scene. If you think of building went solid ground, the structure suspended on top rock pinnacles at Tasman Mountain redefines the limit of 60. The mountain pierces through the clouds at an altitude of 5,200 feet, where survival is compressed onto a rock wall smaller than 65 square feet. With head sides dropping into 90-degree structured cliffs, this ancient temple becomes an extreme example of how a structure can turn into a deadly mountain wall. In winter, snow and ice cut the sandstone cliffs and turn into a dangerous, slippery surface. Despite violent winds and earthquakes for more than 500 years, this small structure still clings to the cliff edge without being torn down. Every year, tens of thousands of people still climb the rock face to light a stick of incense halfway between ground and the sky. The dream-maker beauty of a deep green bamboo forest for New York ends abruptly at the edge of a 90-degree structured cliff. Although close to habit by rich vegetation hanging downward, many mountain faces here are cut flat like giant stone walls, appearing and disappearing behind a dense sea of mist. This natural complex consists of 12 main peaks connected in a wall of ice, surrounding a dangerous forest fire. According to legend, the mountains, shaped like a moon in the mist, are seen as the closest boundary between the warm earth and the cold lunar palace. Here, visitors can walk along the Qingyun Plank Road, a route stretching for thousands of meters and fixed directly into the cliff with steel bolts and concrete foundation.
Final year student of LPU got 2.5 crore package, 2,000 placements from 10 lakhs to 2.5 crore. Earn your fee back before completing your degree. LPU. Apply now.
लाइव बस ट्रैकिंग के लिए रेड बस करो, ये टाइम पास स्किप करो।
अरे तो पूछिए ना।
cliffside path hangs at an altitude of about above the ground. Cliffs. In the summit region, more than 9,800 feet above sea, the terrain does not gradually slope upward, but instead breaks suddenly into steep rock walls. The area around the Golden Summit resembles an island suspended above land, completely hiding the true depth of the fractured cliffs below. At the highest point, a gigantic golden statue rises through the white clouds and stands as the most recognizable landmark of the mountain peak. To reach this location, visitors must climb a mountainside route containing more than 60,000 stone steps, recognized as one of the longest and most physically exhausting artificial climbing paths in the world. During winter, the surrounding forest turns completely white, while the narrow cliffside stairways disappear beneath freezing layers of snow. Guoliang Tunnel is one of the most dangerous mountain roads on Earth, carved deep into a vertical cliff of the Tai Hong Mountains. The tunnel is 1.2 kilometers long, and from a distance it looks like a gigantic cut winding across the middle of the sky. Unlike modern infrastructure, it was carved through solid rock by 13 villagers using human strength over 5 years. Along the tunnel are more than 30 stone windows looking directly down into the valley, with no guardrails, walls, or glass barriers. The road is only about 4 meters wide, so when two vehicles meet, their wheels must edge close to the cliffside through blind curves. From the escape route of a once isolated village, Guoliang has now become a filming location for more than 40 famous movies.
شولني دهان دهان
لملا
نعم
Laojian Mountain in Luoyang is known as the #1 tallest mountain and is famous for its gilded Golden Hall complex standing on narrow rocky peaks above the clouds. To reach this area, visitors must pass through Shilihuaping, a narrow walkway anchored into vertical cliffs with iron supports. From there, 3 golden halls, weighing several tons, appear on tiny rock pinnacles, with their foundations almost touching the edge of the abyss and seeming to float when fog rolls in. The final section to the summit is a steep stone stairway that often becomes covered with snow and ice during winter. summit the weather changes extremely fast as a calm sea of clouds can be replaced by strong winds and dense fog in moments. Located inside a strictly secured military area, Laojian Mountain is closed to foreign visitors and has become an extremely restricted destination. If you think houses can only be built on flat ground, Wangcheng Valley will leave you breathless with a town clinging directly to a cliff. Here, hundreds of wooden houses are anchored into the vertical mountainside, hanging above a deep abyss.
Mala? Tu mala?
Builders had to calculate how the wood
Don't the massage. Don't massage.
withstand strong winds,
Don't the massage.
humidity,
Oh, massage.
and the almost
You'll do it.
impossible steepness of the terrain.
Kick what you saw. I'm like moved. Kick what direction? Kick what direction? What? Is it that?
To explore the valley, visitors must follow wooden plank paths hugging the cliff edge, where the roar of waterfalls rises directly beneath their feet. At night, thousands of lanterns illuminate the stacked houses, turning the entire mountainside into a beautiful yet eerie scene. Even on this precarious terrain, locals still hold traditional festivals and weddings among the vertical cliffs. Known as Snowy Mountain in June, Mount Tai is where the boundary between harsh summer heat and sub-zero snowstorms can be only minutes apart. In mid-June, while the mountain base is still buried in summer heat, the summit remains covered in freezing white snow and ice. This mountain serves as the root of the Chilean range, a boundary separating the mountains of two of China's
659
rivers.
Don't the village again. Don't the finish. I'm again. You know, 749 numbers. 65.
Sikpana boom thur sikpijam bala. Boom se sikpijam million.
Surrounded by boulders
Million,
and
million.
ice, its ancient glacial lakes remain filled with
So और लेना खेत पाएगा
Mount Tai
Again,
is
Jomla
also
Noshana.
a biological fortress.